Hi everyone, I'm here with getting ready to do another collage session, but I wanted to show the week that I just finished. So here they are. I have 7 pieces. I'm working with Robin McClendon in her ArtMythos 365 Days of Collaging course. And so this is just this past week that I have finished this just past week's worth of collages. So I wanted to show you those first and then get moving forward with this current week's collages. So day 1. I think it's good for me to review these collages at the beginning of the week, just to kind of get a reminder of what I've been doing and where I've been at with my patterns and textures and motifs and color schemes. And then, I can continue along in the same vein, or I can make a shift, whatever I feel is my direction for that moment or week. But I always like to reflect on the pieces that I've created. So those are last week's. This week, I'm going to be, I've already started some backgrounds and some pieces. They are a little bit out of shape at the moment. They're a little bit warped, but what I do is I kind of just flatten them out. So here's one that I've worked on already for this week, some ink blots on different types of paper. I have a textured background. All of these here are ink blots. These right here these 2 are jelly prints, just working with different metallic paints and inks, not metallic inks, but just regular inks on metallic paints and pulling them from the jelly plate. So that's one day. This one I'm not sure is done yet, so they're kind of just tacked down as you've seen me do in the past. Trying not to think too much about it. I kind of want to call this done, but I'm not positive yet. This one, still a collage, still feel like it needs an element here somewhere, so I've kind of, every once in a while, I will, kind of partially make my collages, and if I feel I need something more, but I'm not really moved in the moment to add to it, or feel like I have anything that I want to add to it, then I just leave it. I leave everything tacked down in case I want to put something around the borders or the edges or on top. So I think this needs a little something extra as well. So those are my 4 for this week. And I will be continuing on making 5, 6, and 7. Not necessarily all in this session, but I will complete at least 1 in this session. So I will be moving on to my next piece, likely using the same lighter dark background. Usually when I am getting ready to do these collages, I have things set aside, like, different kinds of paper set down in the area in the workspace so that I can grab them. Sometimes I have backgrounds, like jelly print backgrounds, that are already made. Sometimes these have been sitting off to the side for a while, so I'm not sure I'll use them this session, but maybe. So I've been working with the ink blots, the jelly prints that have some glazing. This one has some glazing on it. A technique, again, I've learned from Robin McClendon. I think I left my tool bag in another section of the room, so just 1 second. Okay, found my tool bag. Sorry about that. I have, in my tool bag, I have all my, my little ruler and bone folder and things like that. So I think I want to use this as a background. I'm trimming it because I like to use these pieces as borders or, I don't know, little transition pieces in my work. And then I also like to have the torn edge on the paper, the irregular torn edge. So that's how I do that. I have some cardstock that has a linen texture on one side and a smooth texture on the other. And I think I want the smooth. I don't know. So I'll just play with it for a bit. I kind of saw this together and I think I liked it, but I'm not really sure that it's going to work. So it might work. I think there's too much gold here. I mean, the same kind of gold. So it might not work. So we'll see. Keep these things together. Kind of like that. I am doing my best not to plan too much. It's just a practice that I have because, as I've said before, I tend to overthink what I do, and I'm trying not to overthink. So I think I like that. So that was quick. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to keep this larger. Scoot it down a little bit. I'm going to tack everything down first. Helps me position things the way I want them. So this I will tack down here. And since I'm not going to be seeing this part, I think I'm going to tear it because I can use it somewhere else. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to just start gluing down now. Careful to try and press down evenly and not have any air bubbles underneath, because that way mostly it helps work to keep the paper from curling. And then whatever does happen with curling, I just press it every night. Every time I do a collage, I find a way to press it that night that I made it, and that way it'll flatten out. So this side is a little bit over, and I don't really want it to be that much over, so I'm going to trim it and tack down these edges. Got a little bit off to the side, which I'm not happy with, but oh well. Try and lift it off a little bit. Kind of tore a little bit of the paper off, so now I'm thinking I should just do it on the other side and make it look like I meant to do it, and maybe it'll be a nice nice design feature or something like that, like I meant to do it. Let's see. Or it could be just a mess. So I might also, what I might do is just add some gold. And that way, again, it will cover that up. But I might just leave it. So I have this to put down. I already have a lot of glue down. I want to make sure that I'm not covering something or, okay. So I don't know what happened there, but I have, maybe I have something under. Oh, it's a little piece of ink, like dried clump of ink or something. Sometimes I like the way it looks when I glue this tissue. This is gold tissue paper, and I'm just recycling it from getting it. I want to say I got it in a gift bag, and then I just decided to use it. But yeah, I want to say I'm recycling it. I don't think I bought this anywhere. I like how it looks without being completely glued down, but I like both ways. So sometimes I just try and decide which way I like better, I guess. And guess I'm still figuring it out. Sometimes there are air pockets that get stuck under beneath the tissue, and I like that. So I kind of like that the way it is, but I like it better like this. So I'm going to add this. So I'm going to do this. And kind of like it has the same shape as that petal, so that's why I kind of shaped it over that petal. This is torn, which is fine with me, but now I have to find where it's gonna. Yeah, I'll just leave it that way. I'm not trying to fix it. It's torn, and I don't have the pieces to reconstruct it, so I'm just gonna leave it. And I could do that, but I don't want to. I'm going to leave it with the curves coming out from the rectangular format. So I'll just leave them. I won't trim them. This guy I've got to glue down. And I'm kind of sad to see this part go, but I know it'll be fine without it. I just kind of like it. So now that I'm thinking about this, I don't know if I want this. Yeah, I guess I do. So I'm not really excited about this right here. I tried to make it look like it's a little bit ripped there, and I tried to make it more look like I meant to do it or weathered a little bit, and it didn't quite turn out the way I wanted. So I'm kind of tempted to get another piece of paper, cut all this away, and put it behind, but I don't know if that'll make it worse. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like I can cut it away. And I just feel like that's going to be maybe the better solution. I've never done this before, but I'm not sure I really should. But we'll see. I'm thinking I can cut here, cut here. Cut along. I think I'll just do it. Because I don't really feel like it needs anything else. Like, you know, like if I added more gold or I added something, I don't really want to add anything. So I think what I'll do is I will a mess. I don't know even if I'm gonna like this collage session to post, but we'll see. So this is here already. That might work nicely. Let's see. Okay, I like that. So I like the edge, the uneven edge that it's giving. So maybe that will work for the gluing the other piece. There. Okay. So this is a little bit too much. There. So now I think what I'm going to do is do this. Yeah. So we'll see. It's an experiment. I don't know what this is. I hope it's going to look like okay. So I'm just kind of repairing it, I think. Okay. And I want this to be glued down to here. And I want that's already glued down. So can you get it glued down now? And then I can get glued down. So don't want that crease there too much. Okay. So since this has a background already on it, it's not going to get it's already kind of wrinkly anyway, so if it gets creased or wrinkled because I'm folding it back, it won't really, even if it's noticeable, it won't really matter because that's the character of the papers anyways. So I'm fine with that. And now I just have to get this piece. And this one. Yay, I like it. So one last thing that I'm thinking, I'm glad I was able to repair that. One last thing that I'm thinking is have a piece here that I used in an earlier session. And I like let's see if it'll work. I like that. So I will keep it. A little bit of a crease there, but that's okay. So almost done. Okay, all done. Thanks for joining me, and I will be posting more videos of my process in collage making. So hope you join me again soon. Bye-bye.